Hi everyone. In today's video, we are diving into an exciting and sensitive topic: drugs, psychedelics. Why do we even need them? There was a moment the other day when I was walking down the street and a familiar smell hit me. Suddenly, I was taken back to an old feeling. Not to a personal cannabis-related experience because I don't use it, but to a realization that what many people call a spiritual path is, in reality, often just another way of running away. That's what I want to talk to you about today. A few days ago, I was walking outside when a very distinct smell reached me. The same thing happened back then, during my third week after arriving, when I sensed this strange scent for the first time. That was when I learned that this is what cannabis smells like. On the island, Tenerife, as far as I know, cannabis can be grown and used within certain regulations. There are adult clubs created specifically for this purpose, where you can walk in and consume your own portion. I often hear that with conscious use, it can even have healing effects. But I'm not a consumer. I don't even like the smell, and I'm not planning to try any mind-altering substances. I don't speak from personal use, but I do want to bring in perspectives that are not often talked about. So let's look at the first question. What do people usually say when they regularly use cannabis or other substances? Here are some typical answers. It helps me calm down, switch off. I perceive the world more consciously. It relaxes me, frees me, helps me turn inward. I get more creative. It helps with pain, with anxiety. I cannot handle the tension without it. And now I want to offer you a body-aware perspective. Cannabis, alcohol, and every other drug can bring lightness for a while. They can give you a sense of freedom, of stepping into another world. You can have ecstatic, exciting, scary, consciousness-expanding experiences. These are also experiences, and there is nothing wrong with having them. But it's important to understand something. You experience all of this through your mind, and you cannot take your mind there and expect it to stay there. During mind-altering experiences, brain structures change, gates may open, but it's very easy to believe that what you see or feel in such moments will somehow lead you to enlightenment. This is especially risky for those who tend to tie everything to spiritual experiences. The problem is that you create a new illusion inside an already existing illusion. It doesn't lead you out of reality. It adds another layer on top of you. A spiritual distraction, a never-ending loop. Yes, you may feel that your perception loosens. Yes, you may have door-opening moments. But don't cling to the drug-induced experience, because the experience alone doesn't solve anything. It doesn't matter what you see or what you think. What matters is what you actually experience. And for that, you don't need any substance. Now, I invite you to take a deep breath. And one more. Humanity uses drugs and psychedelics mainly to run away from something, to avoid looking at our own patterns, to avoid facing our own shadow, fears, and pain. Drugs can indeed bring a lot of emotional gunk to the surface. But most people stop right there. They don't go deeper. They don't go to the root. They don't reach the emotional layer because that hurts. And this is why most ceremonies, retreats, and ayahuasca rituals are misleading. You might believe that if you go to one of these, everything will be solved. But in reality, you will just keep feeling that there is still something that needs to be healed. This is an endless cycle, another escape. Now please take a few deep breaths. And allow this topic to move inside you. Here are some questions to reflect on. First, for users. What am I truly running from? What feeling am I trying to avoid? What would happen if I stayed here in the present with the very same feelings without any substances? Am I willing to face my shadow, or am I just distracting myself? And a few questions for dealers. Do I know what I am passing on and how it affects others? Why do I feel it's important that others have access to these substances? What real inner need am I trying to meet by doing this? What if people turn inward instead of toward substances? If you feel that this topic stirred something inside you and you would like to receive messages that truly guide you inward from time to time, then join my newsletter. You will find the link in the first comment. And I would love to read about your experience as well, whether you have tried anything or you just thinking about trying. One suggestion I would like to offer. Before you write about how you see it differently or how these things have helped you, please take 30 minutes to ask yourself the questions above. Breathe deeply beforehand and let your inner voice speak. Ego, we don't care about that. These are the answers we are truly curious about here on this channel. Thank you. Join me again in the next exciting video. Bye.